ancient China, there was a book hailed as a miraculous book that changes destiny, revealing how one can take control of their own life by cultivating virtue and accumulating good deeds. The author of this book documented how he, once resigned to a fate predicted by a fortune teller, managed to alter his destiny through virtuous deeds. As a result, he ultimately passed the imperial examination, established a successful career and family, and even lived beyond his originally foretold lifespan. This extraordinary book has influenced countless readers throughout history and has become a fundamental classic in Chinese traditional culture on self-cultivation and destiny transformation. This remarkable book, Liao Fan's Four Lessons, was written by Yuan Liao Fan during the Ming Dynasty. So what exactly are the secrets to defying fate, as revealed in Liao Fan's Four Lessons? Here are the core teachings of the book. First lesson, the study of destiny. Fate can be changed. When Yuan Liao Fan was young, he encountered a highly skilled fortune teller named Mr. Kong, who predicted his entire life with remarkable accuracy. Mr. Kong foresaw his examination rankings in 3 rounds. 14th place in the county level exam, 73rd place in the prefectural exam, 9th place in the provincial exam. Mr. Kong also predicted that Yuan would pass as a Shenguan scholar, official, but would reach only the rank of Gongshen, a provincial official in his official career. He would serve as a magistrate in Zhuchun and eventually hold the position of a high-ranking official there. Furthermore, Mr. Kong even foretold the exact time of his death, at the age of 53 years old, on the 14th day of the 8th lunar month. Additionally, he predicted that Yuan would have no children. At first, Yuan Liaofan's life unfolded exactly as foretold, making him firmly believe that fate is predetermined. However, his encounter with Zen master Yungu changed everything. The master told him, "Destiny is not fixed. The key to changing it lies in one's thoughts and actions." This revelation completely transformed Yuan Liaofan's outlook on life. He began to reflect deeply. If one could cultivate virtue and perform good deeds, could they break free from the constraints of fate? This profound realization set him on a path of self-improvement, altering both his mindset and behavior. Second lesson, the method of correcting mistakes, breaking bad habits to reshape life. To change one's destiny, the first and foremost step is correcting one's mistakes. Yuan Liaofan believed that everyone makes mistakes, and these mistakes are often the root cause of misfortune. Therefore, he proposed 3 methods for correcting one's faults. 1. Correcting mistakes through a sense of shame. One should feel ashamed of their wrongdoings and resolve not to repeat them. Imagine if others discovered your mistakes. Would you feel embarrassed? This sense of shame acts as a powerful deterrent, preventing you from making the same errors again. 2. Correcting mistakes. Through a sense of reverence and fear, one should respect the laws of the universe and fear the consequences of their actions. By keeping in mind the principle of karma, that good deeds bring blessings, while evil deeds lead to retribution, even if not immediately, one will naturally refrain from wrongdoing. 3. Correcting mistakes. Through a strong and determined mindset, one must take immediate action to change, without hesitation or excuses. Transformation doesn't come from procrastination or waiting for the right moment. It requires decisive action to break bad habits and firmly commit to self-improvement. Yuan Liaofan personally practiced these principles, constantly reflecting on himself and eliminating past bad habits such as laziness, arrogance, and dishonesty. By doing so, he embarked on an entirely new path in life. Third lesson, The way of accumulating virtue, doing good deeds to build blessings. A family that accumulates goodness will surely have abundant blessings, while a family that accumulates wrongdoing will surely bring disaster upon future generations. This ancient wisdom means that families who engage in virtuous deeds will pass down blessings to their descendants, while those who commit wrongdoing will bring misfortune upon their offspring. Yuan Liaofan firmly believed that the key to changing one's destiny lies in continuously accumulating virtue and doing good deeds. He provided several examples, one of which was about Minister Yang from the Ming Dynasty. Yang was a native of Jinying, and for generations his ancestors made a living by ferrying people across rivers. Every year during the rainy season, floods would rage, destroying countless homes. While other boatmen took advantage of the chaos to salvage floating valuables, Yang's great-grandfather and grandfather focused solely on rescuing drowning people. The villagers mocked them for being foolish, but they remained committed to saving lives. Over their lifetimes, they rescued countless people from drowning. One day, a divine being, disguised as a Taoist priest, appeared before the Yang family and said, "Your ancestors have accumulated immense hidden virtue by saving lives. Your descendants are destined for great honor and prestige." From that point on, the Yang family prospered. Minister Yang himself passed the imperial examination in his youth and eventually rose to the highest rank of Grand Secretary, one of the top 3 officials in the imperial court. The emperor even posthumously honored 3 generations of his ancestors, granting them the same rank as Yang himself. Generations of Yang's descendants continued to hold esteemed positions and remained prosperous. Even in later times, many of his offspring were known for their wisdom and virtue. How to accumulate virtue and attract more blessings? Yuan Liaofan discovered that as soon as he seriously committed to doing good deeds, his destiny miraculously began to change. Through his experiences, he summarized a few simple and practical ways to cultivate virtue. 1. Start with small acts of kindness. Doing good doesn't have to be grand. Simply helping others, showing filial respect to parents, caring for animals, and even maintaining kind thoughts all count as acts of virtue. 2. Practice kindness every day, no matter how big or small. As long as an action benefits others, one should make an effort to do it. Over time, these acts accumulate and gradually transform one's fortune. Yuan Liaofan made it a habit to review his actions daily and record the good deeds he had done. This practice helped him make kindness a way of life. 3. Make great vows and perform great acts of kindness. It's not just about doing good deeds. One should also set a grand vision to help and uplift others. The greater the vow, the deeper and wider the blessings. Beyond performing good deeds, one should aspire to impact more people, spread love, and promote positivity in the world. Yuan Liaofan personally practiced recording his good deeds daily, and he found that the more he engaged in virtuous actions, the more his destiny improved. In the end, he not only passed the imperial examination, but also had children and lived far beyond his predicted lifespan, reaching the age of 74. Though these methods may seem simple, they have the power to transform our mindset, make us kinder, and bring greater blessings into our lives. 4th lesson. The power of humility. Only the humble can receive greater blessings. Arrogance brings loss, while humility brings gain. Only those who remain humble can allow blessings to continuously flow into their lives. Even after achieving success in his official career, Yong Liaofan remained humble, never arrogant or complacent. This attitude allowed his blessings to keep accumulating, eventually far surpassing what the fortune teller had predicted for him. 第不安 others. Even when practicing virtue and doing good deeds, one must remain humble. Otherwise, arrogance and self-satisfaction will cause blessings to fade away. This idea aligns perfectly with the traditional Chinese philosophy of 厚德载物. A person of great virtue can bear great responsibility and fortune. Whole idea: destiny is not fixed, it is determined by yourself. Many people believe that fate is predetermined and that no matter how hard they try, they cannot change it. However, Liao Fan's 4 lessons teaches us that destiny can indeed be changed. The key lies in one's thoughts and actions. As long as one corrects their faults and actively engages in good deeds, their future can be different. Yuan Liao Fan's personal experience is proof of this. Initially, he fully believed the predictions of the fortune teller, assuming that his achievements, lifespan, and even whether he would have children were already predetermined. As a result, he lost the motivation to strive for a better life. It was only after encountering Zen master Yun Gun that he realized the truth. Thoughts and actions determine destiny, and good and evil affect blessings. With this newfound understanding, he consciously changed his mindset and actively practiced kindness, and in doing so, his destiny began to transform. The core teachings of Liao Fan's 4 lessons can be summarized in 4 key points. 1. Destiny is not predetermined. It can be changed through one's own efforts. 2. Cultivating a righteous mind and correcting one's faults is the first step toward transforming one's fate. 3. Actively doing good deeds accumulates blessings and leads to a smoother, more prosperous life. 4. Remaining humble and modest ensures that good fortune remains long-lasting. The profound wisdom in Liao Fan's 4 lessons reveals a simple yet life-changing secret to rewriting destiny. This book was later revered by many scholars, merchants, and spiritual practitioners who regarded it as an essential guide to life and a miraculous book for changing destiny. If you also wish to rewrite your fate, perhaps you can start with Liao Fan's 4 lessons. By cultivating yourself and practicing kindness, you can create a better and brighter future for yourself. Although the wisdom in this book originates from 400 years ago, its principles remain just as relevant today. If you want to make your life smoother and more fulfilling, why not start right now? Take a moment to reflect on yourself, correct your shortcomings, and actively do good deeds. Perhaps, with just one single good thought, your destiny will begin to change in ways you never imagined.